Well, we'll find out as we get started out here with the attack. And Wildstyle changing the script on us, Mustard. They're coming out with the Ramatra composition as our Void here. So, completely changing the script here for us.
Oh.
Yep, it's also very difficult to push on the point if you have that Maywall from the enemy team, as now Wildstyle trying to make their way onto the point. Void are able to meet them there, but Morimakto still playing on this Tracer, trying to burn down the enemy team, just trying to make their way around, just pepper down the members, getting so much damage pumped in. So far, no blood has been exchanged, only a little bit of wounds here and there, but now Daredevil trying to push forward, but is getting so much damage pumped into them, but that damage is mitigated. Now the Captain is out of the picture. Void now down one of their main damage dealers, and the Immortality Field from Sorcerer is also gone. Wildstyle now have an opportunity to continue this pressure, as now here comes that Nemesis form from Daredevil, continuing to put on the pressure. Cobbly and Sorcerer now gone, as are the rest of Void, as Wildstyle take the point.
Why does this feel like a controller? Am I the, like, I know this doesn't matter, but, like, Morimakto, this looks like a controller. I don't know.
Check him Xbox, I guess?
Yeah, Xbox aim assist unfair. but yeah, again, Wildstyle just doing a great job of isolating, and Morimakto going on the flank, just pumping out damage, even though it's not, you know, you don't confirm a kill or anything, but you do chip away at Void. You do, you know, create alternative pressure points, just put them on the edge. And, you know, Void, again, they just need to be more, they just need to be more aggressive. They need to be more active. Like, they've just been chilling at this choke for like 30 years. That card is halfway through second, which the Void has just given for free.
Yeah, Void seem like they have a little bit of an aggression problem. They don't want to hit that W key, but now Hippie starting to move forward and uses the Annihilation in tandem, just trying to burn down Daredevil. Will get the assist with the side of Ash, but still, 80 meters taken by that card, as now Wildstyle going for the full retreat, as now they give up that card and give up that space to Void.
If I'm Wildstyle, I mean, that's probably the best deal I could have ever asked for. Especially with the window pop from Sorcerer, yeah. That guy was definitely, yeah, like he was on Baptiste earlier. I'm not tripping. I thought I was tripping. as we have, you know, 2 ults and you get a bunch of free push. I mean, if you're Wildstyle, that's honestly the best deal ever. You trade yourself for a support as well here. So I mean, you know, the wins just keep coming.
Yeah, definitely Wildstyle continuing to put on this pressure. Now Twilight pops the Coalescence. It gets rid of Cobbly, who had the beat online. Now that's 2 kills for the Moira of Twilight, cleaning up the field with the rest of Wildstyle. Now they're back to that card and continuing to move it forward through the streets of Blizzard World.
Yep. And, yeah, card's cruising. You see it moving nicely here. And, yeah, Wildstyle, they have so many ultimates to work with. But Cobbly, this beat is going to have to be a generational one, just to mitigate all the damage that's about to come in, especially here's the Visor with the Annihilation in the back pocket if they need it.
Yeah, so far, however, not looking good for Void, as Variant gets 2 with the Tactical Visor. Now Daredevil pushing forward with the Annihilation, getting rid of Cobbly, who still has not used that beat, by the way, as now the card will enter the Reign of the Black King with 4 minutes on the time bank here for Wildstyle.
I'm not too sure about that Annihilation from Daredevil, but that's okay. Void, they hold on to the beat, like you mentioned. This has to be their fight to win. If they don't win this next fight, things are not looking great for Void, especially if they pop ultimates here. Probably just press Q. I implore you. Ken posted up high ground looking for an overclock, which could be the win condition here, as we see. Again, no aggression from Void.
Yeah, Void seem to be stuck seem to have their S key stuck right now, and Morimakto takes advantage of that, getting rid of Ash. Hippie trying to go into the back line, but the Nemesis form runs out, as now the overclock comes out here from Katten and is unable to find anything. Variant is dead, and Daredevil is quick to follow, but that overclock unable to get anything, and the cart is still making progress here, Mustard. It has been a difficult road for the side of Void. And that's not making it any better.
Stick. Oh man, again, Wildstyle, they're building up their ult again. They have a Coalescence up. They're gonna get a B in the middle of the next fight here. This, like, Void, this is their fight to lose. we see a little bit of space given up by Wildstyle just to wait for their tank, wait for their respawns, and yeah, again, Void, like, be proactive here, or else you're just gonna keep bleeding away and losing.
Absolutely is. Now the Coalescence comes in here from Twilight. The window and the beat used here from the side of Void, as is the Annihilation. And it seems like finally Void are willing to get this aggression into their own, but now they're starting to back away as Wildstyle only lost their tank. Still, at the end of the day, it's going to be another fight win here for Void, now chopping off about 2 minutes of that time bank that Wildstyle entered the point with.
3 ultimates for a tank. Again, Wildstyle, like, I don't know what currency you're using. This exchange rate is insane. Like, there's no way that they should be getting away with this. Void, like, you know, pick off a straggler or two. They gotta do something, or else they're just gonna keep letting Wildstyle just run over them.
Yeah, definitely. And Bori Macto is demonstrating that perfectly. A double pulse bomb. All the kills right in the kill feed. Wildstyle cleaning up the field quickly and effectively. And they take that 3rd point with 1 minute and 55 seconds in the time bank. Yeah, definitely is. We see Void wanted to try and change things up here, Mustard. Hippie is currently showing the Sigma here. Not a very different style from what we were seeing with the Ramatra here. We also see Katten going over to the Hanzo and Ash over to the Sojourn here. So, a little bit of a different look. We'll see if this works out for the side of Void.
Yeah. Interesting pivot. I think, you know, it is harder for the Tracer to get at you, but I'm not sure that's really the composition you want to be running.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when Wildstyle can just do that, start pushing into your backline. But Katten does get rid of Bori Macto, and Daredevil falls as well here. So all of a sudden, Void might have found something here. However, they've lost several members to Various and Lehigh, who are still alive. Ash gets killed out by the Skill Lord from Twilight, and now all that's left is Hippie and Twilight. Moira versus Sigma, the Doctor versus Doctor. At the end of the day, it's going to be Hippie trying to retreat to the comfort of their team, but Twilight wants more, wants to go for that DPS Moira play as Bori Macto is back in the fight to try and assist them. Twilight's going to be disengaging, however, as Void start making their next approach.
Oh!
And go! Bori Macto trying to play Frogger ends up getting hit by a car.
Yeah, just not that great start for Wildstyle, but Void, they've taken so much damage on the entry. Wildstyle, they can still turn this fight.
Absolutely. Void have an opportunity to try and get this win. However, a Daredevil now out of the picture will cement that. Katten starting to finally pop up in the kill feed. Ash does get picked out by Twilight, however, but there's 2 picks taken by Void. Wildstyle now trying to find openings. Variance goes into the backline, looks for the flank kills, but it's starting to drop extremely low on the shoulder. Now Twilight comes out with the Coalescence and best their opposition, but Lehigh is out of the fight, and Bori Macto gets that pulse bomb as well, and suddenly Wildstyle bring it back with 89% taken by Void.
That was such a well-timed Coalescence from Twilight, just at the 11th hour. I think if you're any later with that, you lose the fight. And took out the Moira, take out a lot of the healing, and then just stalled, because you're very sustainable if you are a Moira ulting, chilling on point. You move fast, you have a high amount of healing and a high amount of DPS. There's not a lot, it's not as easy to kill an ulting Moira, so, you know, Wildstyle just really great job on recognizing that. We see a flank play here, let's see.
Here comes the tactical visor from Variance in the backline. It cancels the dragon from Katten. 2 kills for Variance. The flux from Hippie trying to equalize. Variance now out of the picture, but the Annihilation from Daredevil is there, as is the Coalescence from Sorcerer, trying to turn the tide here, but now Cobbly's out of the picture. The rally now disengaged as Void forced to try and retreat, forced to try and set up one more fight as they only have a minute left in the time bank here, Mustard.
Oh man, Daredevil was so low too. Void just, man, it's like they're so close. And like they didn't have a Lucio for like 3 minutes of this attack, and you just see how much that comes back to bite you. Because you cannot close the distance on this large choke, like you mentioned, the long sight line. You can't close this distance, it's over. You're gonna get held at first, and Void just didn't have Lucio speed, just takes so much damage trying to enter, and you know, it just doesn't work out, and we're seeing them try to put something together here, but it's gonna be difficult.
Absolutely, especially when Ash is out of the picture, out using the overclock. Hippie is able to best Daredevil, but Sorcerer and Katten are dead behind him. Now Cobbly out of the picture as well with only 15 seconds. Hippie has to try and do something. It's desperation measures, but they will get sucked to death by a DPS Moira. 10 seconds on the clock. Is anybody from Void there to touch the point? Cobbly's trying to run back with the rest of their team, but at the end of the day, it's going to be too little too late. Wild Style, bring us to match point.
Vorimacto looked like that guy was on a controller. Can you confirm or deny this?
No, Buddy's not on controller. He's on MNK.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely the way there were some very smooth mouse movements that it doesn't look right. Yeah. We had it with the confirm this one.
Yeah.
At least we can get confirmation that Vorimacto is indeed one of the smoothest mouse warriors that you're ever going to find in an Overwatch game. Take notes, everybody, over at home.